How did Sangat come about? How did this collaboration start?
There was so much musical chemistry between us. Qais kind of helped reimagine my music through the lens of his instrument, the rabab, which is very important in Sikh history, which we'll probably talk about later and during the show as well. And so after the tour ended, we were like, maybe we need to record some of the vibe that we created on this tour. And that's really how it started.
I guess how important is that for you personally with your journey and everything that you have seen? The music, like music as means of like social change.
For me, a big part of what fueled me in the beginning was specifically representation. Most of what people know about where I'm from, which is Afghanistan, it has always been stuff just the negative, right? And there's been a narrative written that really erases everything else about the culture and the music and the people. And so even introducing people to the culture in this way, I feel is a very important thing that I was able to do then and still am able to continue, but also now doing it in other capacities, performing for and working with different communities. And yeah, it's just I feel it's a very direct way of reaching people.
We want to model what solidarity looks like. We want to model what pluralism looks like, what it looks like to blur the lines between Sikh, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, and beyond, because that's what our ancestors did, right? Again, and from a Sikhi perspective, look at Guru Granth Sahib. Totally blurred lines, right? We're bowing our heads to the words of Bhakti saints. We're bowing our heads to the words of Sufi saints. We're bowing the heads to the words of Sikh gurus. We're bowing our heads to the words of Bhai Mardana, who was a Muslim rabab player that accompanied Guru Nanak all around South Asia and the Middle East for something like 25 or 30 years, which led to 400 or 500 years of Muslim rababis, and specifically Muslim rababis, being central in Sikh devotional spaces until they weren't. Until essentially they were pushed out. That began happening in South Asia in the 1920s and the 1930s, right? As identities became more rigid, and we began putting up more walls between ourselves. I think it's a shame because there was 400 or 500 years of that not mattering so much, right? Where Muslim rababis, they were always Muslim, they were never pressured to become Sikhs, but their identities, they were Sikhs also. They were Sikhs and Muslims, or neither, right? Your Nanak said, Nako Hindu, Nako Musliman, right? And I would say we should add Nako Sikh to that today, right? Because my vision for what Sangat is, right? The name of this project is something much broader than any of these ethno or religious identities.
Thank you.